think you should pay everybody. Is there a reason why you guys are not paying whatever that vendor is?
What was it for?
It was for shirts. That's what it's for. You just got it.
I'm a private investigator. I've got this envelope that says Super Mayor. Inside I have from the United States District Court, Northern District of Illinois.
In a shocking turn of events, the drama in Dolton, Illinois has reached a boiling point as embattled Mayor Tiffany Henyard allegedly found herself at the center of yet another scandal this time, getting arrested right in the middle of a village board meeting. Yes, you heard that right. It's a scene straight out of a movie, tempers flaring, officials at odds, and a mayor who couldn't maintain her cool, leading to chaos that ended with her reportedly being escorted out by force.
New drama tonight involving a controversial politician in the south suburbs. Tiffany Henyard was the only Thornton Township leader to show up for a scheduled meeting.
What exactly went down? Let's dive into the story where power plays, legal troubles, and heated clashes have taken center stage, painting a picture of what some are calling a mayor completely out of control. To set the stage, it was supposed to be a routine village board meeting. But in Dolton, nothing seems to be routine anymore, especially when Mayor Henyard is involved. Eyewitnesses at the scene described the atmosphere as already tense, with Henyard at odds with several trustees over key decisions concerning the village's operations. The drama quickly escalated as the mayor, who has a reputation for defying rules and making controversial decisions, began clashing with members of the board. At some point during the meeting, things got physical, not literally, but the verbal clashes were enough to get the audience on edge. And then it happened. Officials reportedly called for the mayor to be removed, and law enforcement was brought in to handle the situation. Just like that, a meeting that was meant to handle town affairs spiraled into chaos.
Hey guys, this is Super Mayor Tiffany Henyard, the People's Mayor and People Supervisor.
Can you imagine the scene? Village officials, community leaders, and residents watching in disbelief as their mayor was being led out live broadcast cut off abruptly. It was the kind of moment that leaves people stunned and asking, what on earth is happening in Dolton? So let's not forget that Mayor Henyard has been no stranger to controversy. So latest spectacle comes on the heels of her ongoing battle with the village trustees, a battle that has been going on for months, and one that's only grown fiercer as accusations of misconduct and corruption have mounted. Henyard, who's managed to alienate both her colleagues and the public, has been accused of a long list of indiscretions, including appointing key officials without board approval, spending taxpayer money irresponsibly, and using her position to further her own agenda. But despite all the drama, Henyard has refused to back down. So in fact, she's gone as far as to present herself as a former mayor, claiming she's fighting against a corrupt system that doesn't want her in power.
I was saying, no, he's not employed by us. So you have got just this gyration.
And that's exactly what she was doing on the night of her alleged arrest, trying to assert her control over the village. As one attendee at the meeting put it, she was trying to take over the meeting like she always does, and the trustees just weren't having it this time. So they stood their ground, and she just snapped. This comment reflects the deepening frustration among local officials, who've long been at odds with Henyard's leadership style, which some describe as authoritarian and completely reckless. Now let's take a step back and look at how we got to this point. Mayor Tiffany Henyard's time in office has been nothing short of a roller coaster ride. When she was elected as Dolton's first female mayor in 2021, it seemed like a new chapter for the village, a fresh start. But it didn't take long for things to go sideways. From day one, her administration has been embroiled in controversy. So whether it was her unilateral decisions to fire and appoint village officials without consulting the board, or her constant clashes with trustees, Henyard has consistently been at the center of the storm.
Last month, a judge issued a temporary restraining order blocking her from making those appointments without approval from trustees.
So one of the most talked about incidents involved her attempt to appoint a new police chief, village attorney, and village manager, all without the approval of the village board, which is required by law. In fact, Cook County Judge Thaddeus Wilson issued a restraining order specifically barring her from making such appointments. But in true Henyard fashion, she reportedly went ahead and tried to push through her choices anyway. So this defiance not only further fueled tensions with the trustees, but also set off a legal battle that's still playing out. Her critics have called her behavior rogue and out of control, and they argue that Henyard's disregard for the law is putting the entire village in jeopardy.
For a year now, we've been reporting on questionable spending by a South suburban politician named Tiffany Henyard, but we only knew half the story.
As if that weren't enough, recent court filings have shown that the village board isn't alone in challenging Henyard's leadership. Reports indicate that both state and federal agencies have ramped up their investigations, gathering evidence on her spending habits and scrutinizing the use of public funds under her administration. The sources close to the case suggest that the FBI has been particularly interested in financial documents through Henyard's travel expenses and various contracts she approved without board consent. It's rumored that the sheer volume of the records being reviewed could mean months, if not years, of legal wrangling ahead. leaving many Dolton residents wondering if their town will ever get a chance to heal.
This administration is shameful. Y'all are a disgrace.
We're watching the fall of this administration.
If this sounds like a mess, that's because it is. But what makes this even more scandalous is that Henyard's legal troubles don't stop there. The FBI and state investigators have been looking into her conduct for months, focusing on allegations that she's been misusing public funds. According to multiple reports, Henyard has spent lavishly on taxpayer-funded trips, personal dinners, and even advertisements promoting herself expenses that have left many Dolton residents scratching their heads. A former Chicago mayor, Lori Lightfoot, who was hired by Dolton's board to investigate Henyard, revealed in a report that the village's general fund had a negative balance of more than $3.65 million by mid-2024, a shocking figure that has only added fuel to the fire.
No reason for anyone from a township to go to a mayor's conference. A mayor's conference is a mayor's conference for mayors.
It gets worse. During one of Lightfoot's investigations, she found a staggering $40,000 worth of purchases made on Amazon in a single day, money that has yet to be accounted for. Critics of Henyard, both inside and outside the village, point to these financial discrepancies as proof that she's been acting in her own interest rather than that of the public. One former trustee didn't mince words, saying, "This mayor has been running Dolton like it's her personal bank account, and now we're paying the price."
Deep debt, and that is the finding of an investigation of village finances and the spending habits of beleaguered Mayor Tiffany Henyard.
But despite these mounting legal issues, Henyard has continued to maintain a public persona of confidence and resilience. She's portrayed herself as a victim of a political smear campaign, insisting that her enemies are conspiring to take her down. So on social media, she regularly posts about her work in the community, even referring to herself as the most powerful woman in the Southland. It's clear that Henyard sees herself as a fighter, someone who won't back down no matter how tough things get. But this defiant stance has only widened the divide between her and the people she's supposed to serve. Many residents have grown weary of the drama and are demanding answers.
Sometimes we get invoices, but those invoices lead to more questions, and sometimes we don't get answers to those questions. And so it's not about clickbait, it's about just making sure the right thing is.
In fact, fan reactions online have been overwhelmingly critical. One person commented, "I suppose she will be saying it's only clickbait and fake news when she's in court again," referencing Henyard's tendency to dismiss negative coverage as part of a grand conspiracy against her. Another user added, "She has been a criminal her whole life after all. She was arrested for breaking into cars in 2016. She probably already has a long rep sheet." These reactions paint a picture of a mayor who's lost the trust of many of her constituents and whose reputation continues to unravel as more details about her alleged misconduct come to light.
I am about to address some things as the supervisor. There will be no comments, there will be anything, it'll just be me addressing you guys to tell you what's going on.
But how did a mayor who once promised to bring positive change to Dolton end up in this position? The truth is, Henyard's downfall has been a long time coming. The signs were there from the start: her disregard for the rules, her public feuds with trustees, and her extravagant spending on things that didn't benefit the community. Yet Henyard seemed untouchable for so long, managing to hold onto power despite the growing list of controversies surrounding her.
Very appreciative to receive the information today. We have the best mayor ever. I've been here since 1993.
Now, however, the walls seem to be closing in. With the FBI continuing to investigate her spending and financial management, there's a very real possibility that Henyard could face serious legal consequences. The village board has already taken steps to limit her power, instituting spending controls and firing several of her allies in the village government. But Henyard, true to form, has pushed back at every turn. She's vetoed efforts to investigate her spending, and she's refused to step down, insisting that she's being targeted unfairly.
That's good, babe, huh? All right. I guess anything else? I get sued all the time. Y'all, stop it.
As for the village of Dolton, it remains to be seen what happens next. If Henyard's reported arrest is confirmed, it could mark the beginning of the end for her time in office. Legal experts suggest that this could lead to her removal from power, especially if charges are filed. But even if Henyard is forced out, the damage has already been done. Dolton's finances are in shambles and its reputation has taken a serious hit. It could take years for the village to recover from the chaos of Henyard's administration. So the question on everyone's mind now is, what will Mayor Henyard do next? Will she fight the charges, continue to defy the village board, and hold on to power by any means necessary? Or will she finally step aside and allow Dolton to move forward without her? One thing is certain: this saga is far from over. With ongoing investigations, legal battles, and a community divided, The story of Tiffany Henyard's time in office is one that will be talked about for years to come.
Called our security firm. We made sure they had wands, and we also told our board to come upstairs due to the fact they had several ways to exit out of the building.
But let's hear from you. What do you think about Mayor Henyard's actions? Do you believe she's a victim of political attacks, or do you think she's brought this on herself? Could this be the moment that finally forces her out of office, or will she find a way to stay in power? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay tuned for more updates on this unfolding drama, because in Dolton, it seems the story is just getting started.